I started the video way too early. Yeah, anyways.
Hey, what's up, everybody? As you may or may not know, I'm Silencer. That dude right there, that big cryptic mag, that's Tony.
And we're using 2 hookahs!
Yes, we are.
1 and 3.
Anywho, I was waiting for you to say, and that's Jeff, because you ruined the intro.
Oh, you said that's Tony?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's Jeffrey.
Anywho, you guys may be wondering why we have 2 hookahs set up here as opposed to our usual 1 hookah format. We're doing something a little bit different today. For those who have ever read any of my posts in particular on the forums, and I think maybe even Tony's once or twice, like, we've always said we refuse to review StarBuzz Blue Mist on principle. And the biggest reason behind that is
it's been done to death.
Yeah, there's like 10 million Blue Mist reviews out there. Here, let me see if I can summarize every Blue Mist review I've ever seen.
Wow!
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's the greatest flavor ever! 10 out of 10! Oh my god! Woot! Like, you know, take those phrases, insert them into every Blue Mist review you've ever seen, and that's Blue Mist. So we never really saw a reason to actually get the stuff out. I mean, it's part of my collection, but I never saw a reason to actually do anything, you know, review-wise with it. Now, we actually have a reason to, because we are doing a stack-up comparison, and there's a very special reason for that we'll get to here in a moment. In the Orange Julius Nia pipe that you see out there that Tony has been smoking out of, we have the venerable standard StarBuzz Blue Mist loaded up into it. In the other pipe, we have Golden Layalina's Blue Mist. And for the sake of comparison, we are going to smoke both of these and see which one, if any, has, you know, any superior things or any defects to the original flavor. Now, composition-wise, this here is the Golden Layalina. You're going to have some stems in there. I mean, there were a couple in there that were thick as hell, but for the most part, it is a relatively uncontaminated bag. And if you can't see, the moisture level and straight up, as Tony would say, goopiness is just out of this world. I mean, it's just soaking wet, you know, really heavy syrup. The bag was just oozing this stuff everywhere whenever I first took it out of the container. My fingers, even just from making contact with it, have a little bit of the stuff that's just permeating through the bag. It's that moist. Fine cut in style. Very thin pieces of shisha that you can break apart that clump together easily for the sake of your bowl. And by comparison, the Blue Mist, as you can see, I only have a small quantity remaining in this particular package, but similar in composition. The color of the syrup is even the same. The cut on the shisha is very similar. I believe the types of tobacco they use may be a little bit different. The StarBuzz, for instance, is, I believe, was that Virginia tobacco? Yes, it is, Virginia tobacco. But the consistency is about the same, the stem count is about the same, the color is about the same. And all things considered, it's in terms of appearance, identical in the way that they compose. Although I do think that the Golden may be a little bit more juicy, but that could just be because it's a fresh container. Now, smell-wise, for those who have smoked the Blue Mist before, what the hell happened to you back there?
Big cloud. Big.
You okay?
Cloud. Yeah.
You know something's wrong when you get a cloud that gets either one of us to choke. But,
it was just really thick.
the scent coming off of it, for those not in the know, the Blue Mist is basically a nice blend between a light, sort of a wintergreen, mixed with, you know, a nice presence of blueberry. And when the two are fused together, it makes this delicious, thick, you know, this candy. It's not really candy. It's sugary, but at the same time, you don't have, like, all the artificial side of it. I mean, it just tastes like a perfect amalgamation between, you know, your blueberry essences and your light mint flavor. Smell-wise, on the Golden Layalina Blue Mist, I'm telling you, this stuff is identical. And you know how whenever you get a couple of a couple of brands out there that try to knock off, you know, popular flavors from other brands. They're similar, but there's some obvious differences to them. You know, be it in the makeup, be it in the, you know, the way they smell and the way they smoke. As far as smell is concerned, out of the container, these two are about spot on identical. I mean, and that's very rare to come across.
Layalina has a tiny more blueberry smell.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the blueberry is just, and I mean very slightly, fractionally ahead of the Blue Mist as far as the actual blueberry flavor is concerned.
But back to, it could be just because it's an old container. Now on to taste. Blue Mist, I'm sure most of you have smoked it.
Yeah. If you're watching anything from me and Tony, there's a strong probability you've just spent the money on Blue Mist, even if you don't own any other StarBuzzes, because everyone and their mother has given it like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So there's a good possibility. If you haven't smoked it, I recommend it, but that's neither here nor there. For the sake of comparison, cloud-wise, if you've been paying attention to Douchey over here the whole time,
cornbread, bacon, chili, Cheerios.
Yes. The cloud size is about the same. Nice, thick, dense clouds to it. Nice little, you know, laziness to the smoke whenever you're exhaling. We, of course, are using 3 Kokonars on each bowl for the sake of accurate comparison. And the pipes, as you can see, are very similar in design. So there's really no variables. Both of us are using the Moore hoses.
We're both using the Moore's Maya hookahs. The only difference is one bowl has a funnel, one bowl has a vortex. We tried to, you know, use something similar, you know, not a gypsum style bowl with a vortex.
Yeah, so even in construction they're very similar. But smoke cloud and density is exactly the same. I mean, they're giant clouds that are just a lot of fun. As far as flavor's concerned, they are both excellent caliber smokes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Here's where it gets a little different. If it is R10 of Blue Mist that is old, per se, then it won't be much. But if it isn't, the difference in the shisha being older, because we've had the StarBuzz for a while, the Layalina has a hell of a lot better blueberry. It's not better. It's
more concentrated.
Yes,
it's a stronger, crisper, more juicy blueberry that is mixed in with the golden Layalina.
Yeah, whereas Blue Mist itself is more of a even balance of mint and blueberry.
Yeah, and this is the way the smoke is coming out in flavor. It's not that it's a bad thing, though, because the blueberry just has this natural feel to it. I mean, it feels like you actually did bite out a fresh blueberry, which is saying something, because that's usually very difficult praise to get from me and him. And you know, the thing that really gets me about this, even though they are very comparable smokes, and even though their flavors are incredibly similar, and even though they both taste phenomenal, and you can probably guess what numbers we're going to go with on this, the Golden Layalina is still out in front, and I'll tell you why, because depending on which website you go to buy this can be anywhere from $4 to $8 cheaper than this. And you are getting the exact same kind of quality off of this.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's a flawless, great flavor. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who could actually complain about these. But as far as numbers are concerned,
we don't need a number.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's well established what we're going to say, and I don't want to ruin it because we've already made a pledge that we're not going to give these ones another one. But I would strongly recommend both of these, but if you're looking for a cheaper alternative to the legendary StarBuzz Blue Mist, the Golden Layalina Blue Mist is fantastic. Fantastic. I strongly recommend it to everybody that's watching our videos. And that, coming from me and him, considering we find something wrong with everything we smoke, this is saying a lot.
Yes, but here's one awesome thing before the video ends at 10 minutes. If you already have StarBuzz and you buy some Golden Layalina Blue Mist, then mix them, and they taste great. Because I've been smoking with both hoses, and wow, huge clouds and big flavor.
But alright, anyway, we've got to get rolling. We'll be back very soon. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!
Check us out on our website.